What's up, my good people? Welcome to the CJ Moneyway Show. Today, I have a special guest, abstract singer, entrepreneur, and author. Welcome to the show, Siquoyia Blue. How you doing, Shay?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Blessed to be here. See another day.
Oh, thank God, thank God, thank God.
Yes.
If it wasn't for him, then none of us see another day. I heard a guy. Well, I ain't gonna say a guy. Wise man told me once before. He told me that he said, "Son," he said, "whatever you was looking for yesterday, if you didn't get it yesterday, as long as you're able to see today, whatever you didn't get yesterday, you possibly can get today. But if I don't wake up today, then that which I was looking for yesterday, I wouldn't get it either. I still wouldn't get it. So as you
Man,
said,
that was good.
blessed to see another day. Um,
I like
before
that. That was the bomb. I'm a quote person, so I love it. I love quotes.
Hey, before we get started, you got any new projects or anything you currently working on that we can look
Well,
forward to?
right now, I'm really trying to push my dating card game, you know,
Hmm.
and the reason why I did this, it came from the heart, y'all. Like, this is not just something I just decided to do. I feel like there's just communication missing, and not just with dating, but other things too. But I decided to start off with dating, and then I'll go into the other things. But I just started this card game because I want people to find the right person
Hmm.
and be able to vet their partner, properly and ask the right questions. And sometimes people are shy; they don't want to lose the person or whatever it may be, or maybe they're blunt and just don't know what to say. And I feel like these questions, 150 questions, will help people get to know each other and see, okay, is this person for me? And check the values and what do you believe in, and see if not only is there commonalities, but also is there things that we just don't agree on as far as values. Like, like, I mean, you might be a Christian and I might be a Buddhist, and maybe we just we don't want to work together. I mean, and these things are important to ask about, because people think they know somebody, they think they know them,
Yeah.
and you really don't know what you don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. And the point is, if you do know some of the questions, that's great, but it's the way to open the door to spark other questions, to spark conversation, to sit down and really dive deep. Not just about job, not just about, working out, or this is diving deep and figuring out what's going on with you emotionally. Who are you? And so dating assassin's card game is that card game where you get to assassinate their truth. And that's what facts are the enemy to the truth. I got that from a famous philosopher, which I forgot his name, but facts are the enemy to the truth. And that's why I call my game, that's why my slogan is assassinate their truth, because we're not trying to beat anybody up, but we just want to know who you are, what's going on. And some of these questions do dive deep, and some questions are light, some maybe just be, and it might seem light, but it's not, because pets are important. All these things tie into a relationship, and people don't even know that. And I had to learn that over the years, watching other people, things I've been through. I was like, man, I should have asked this. Why did we ask that? So I just feel like this card game is going to be huge if I can. That's why I'm trying to push it, get it out there so people can really see the value in it, not be scared to ask questions and learn.
So, okay, I'm glad you went into that. Well, I'll put it like this. Glad you went into that. Not glad you went into that, because that was a question that I was going to ask you, but thank you. So, you say you're trying to push it out there. So, is it already on the market?
Yes, so it's been on the market for over a year now. I finally got it trademarked last year, November. So it took a minute to get a trademark. I feel like, more official when it's trademarked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's trademarked. Got trademarked last year. So Dating Assassins is out there, datingassassins.com. It's also at Amazon. Of course, I'm trying to, website's king. So I always want people to go on the website. But if you go to Amazon, leave a review for it, sister, because it helps me in the algorithms. It helps me grow. And because I'm funding this myself, I don't have partners, I'm all by myself, and it's hard. And I want to help people, I want to see people grow, and I want to see things change. And so yeah, it's out there.
So, yeah, I'm gonna check it out when we get done. Send me a link, so I can put
Oh
it
yeah,
in my show notes and promote it myself. Now,
thank you.
I guess listening to you, because that was going to be my question to ask you.
Oh,
What was this dating card game about? And so, just listening to you, so Is this game, because as you say, we get into our truths and you get into things that, like you say, you may think that you know something about somebody, and then you come to find out that you don't know something about somebody. And sometimes when you get into situations like that, especially when you get around friends, say it's a few of us playing now, you start asking questions that you don't know nothing about, and start
Well,
making you rethink your relationship. So I guess my
yeah.
question is this the type of game that will spark some debate and some questioning on why are we together?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. And the
Oh
thing
man.
is, you gonna find out some stuff. Cause I had a disgruntled customer on Amazon get upset with me. One customer, because he was upset. He felt like that, he said the relationship is over before it started.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm happy he got disgruntled, because it let me know that this works, because you got upset about some questions because maybe the lady you're with didn't like what you said, and he got
Mhm.
upset. And these questions are simple questions that you need to know if you try to be serious with somebody. You need to know them. And so yeah, I don't think you should play this for everybody. Like if you really trust the other couple, you can do it. Like I had a married couple play it. They said they wouldn't mind playing it with neighbors. So some people, it's not for married people, but married people do play them because they just think it's fun. And then, sometimes you don't know who you're married to. But if you don't even, you might not know a few things. But
Yeah.
this one married couple did say they played it with some neighbors, and they didn't mind, I guess, answering in front of each other. But all I gotta say is that yeah, if you ain't emotional, intelligent, and you kind of nervous and squeamish,
Uh-huh.
probably you ain't gonna be playing with in front of other people. You might just be with your significant other and just be asking by yourself.
You say, like if I buy the game, because I've been married for 15 years, so like you said, I believe me and my wife, we can do play it, and if of course you can be with somebody for however long, and it's still a lot of things that you may not know, because just may be some things that have never been brought up that you never really
There,
thought
yeah.
about, in detail, which seems like this game is bringing about. But like you say, it may not be for everybody. It can spark some fights in
It's
the
gonna
house.
spark some fires, and I'm ready for the smoke, because I, I mean, if I can save some lives, because like I tell people, relationships are life or death.
Yeah.
You can get, if you give the wrong person, it can kill you. So you want to make sure that you are getting to know that person and asking these questions. And I just didn't want it to be something smush smush, not just. I wanted to dive deep, and that's what happened. And there's a lot of games out there that dive deep, but this one is gonna dive deep in different ways. Like I said, everybody has their own lane, like we're talking about with podcasting, and that's the way it is for the card game. And there's a little bit of game element in it, like basically saying, if you see somebody squeamish and doing like this when you ask them a question and like looking in the air, you can say you've been assassinated, game over. Like you can be like, you've been assassinated, but not saying you gotta stop the game, but that makes us stop and say, well, why you so nervous to answer that question, Bill? Or why you so nervous to answer that question, Sheree?
Yeah.
It makes you think. Because if I ask you, have you ever been on parole, and you looking at me like this, like, and no one's trying to judge you, I just want to know if you've been on parole, because maybe I just want to know about you. And if you're looking crazy, then why are you trying to hide it from me? What did you do? Are you insecure? Like this is what I mean diving deep. It's not in fact what you did. It's just, why are you scared to talk about it? If you trying to get with that person and be serious,
So
so
I
it's
think
just one of those things.
I think I'm gonna I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna. How much are you selling it for on Amazon? Let the people know.
No, Amazon is 24. I think it's still 24.99 on Amazon. Yeah.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm
Sometimes I do sales, but
I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna open it up first, and then I'm gonna look at the cards that you gotta answer first before I put it out there. Hey
don't
man,
worry, if your
I
wife a
advise,
real one,
huh?
if your
I
wife
advise
a real
any
one.
man that buys this game to do the same thing before you get caught in the pickle.
Yeah,
So
I'm telling you. I mean, most men, I'm gonna tell you, most of my buyers are men. And the
mhm.
funny thing is this: people was like, oh, this is gonna be for women. No, most of the people that buy my game are men. Most of my followers that I've garnered on social media are men. Are men like games naturally. They want to play a little game. It's not really a big game, but they want to feel, they like that vibe. But it's like, yeah, they don't know that also you go into some smoke if you can't handle it.
Hey, let me get my mind. Let me see if I'm with this right person. And I'm gonna get off of this on this one. Because I just did something earlier today because you said something that sparked that, because you said relationships can be life or death. And a lot of times what I was talking about earlier is that we waste a lot of time in relationships as well. When we know that something is over with and we're just still in it, and time is something that we really can't get back.
You can't get back. You can't get back. And that's what I've learned. That's why I create these cards. I was in a really tough relationship and I wasted my time, and I could have been, further ahead, but I'm over here ignoring the red flags, didn't ask the right questions because I was scared. And that was 6 years ago, but I still feel like, no, I can't do this, and I can't let anybody else do this. So I have to figure out how can I help people, because that was a hot mess. And I've been through situations like that, where I dated somebody and didn't ask the right questions. And turn out, oh, this person got a short man complex. Oh, this person is just not emotionally intelligent. Oh, this person's just insecure inside. It's just so many things that you just didn't know, so.
Now, Shay Blue. Now, I can imagine. Now, I've been through your profile. I've been through your bio. And I can just imagine that it's probably a lot of, I ain't going to say a lot of guys like that, but some people that probably intimidated with a woman who has or wears so many hats, that does so many things. So,
yeah.
And that being said, what is actually an abstract singer?
Well, abstract soul singer is a singer that doesn't confine herself to just any genre. Like, for instance, I'm Black, so they'd be like, "Oh, you're R&B singer, right? You just automatically got to be R&B singer or gospel," and I think that's boring. So, my thing is like, I'm not going to do that. So what I do is I mix genres together. So I might do jazz and R&B. I might mix folk with soul, or I just kind of do whatever the heck I want to do. Because before I got into anything else, I was a music artist from the, and that's all I did. I didn't do anything else for music, growing up. And I kept getting tired of major labels and major, certain people around trying to tell me to be, at the time, Rihanna. Rihanna was out. I love Rihanna. I love Aaliyah, all them. And everybody said, you just got to be like them. Then, you got to do what they do. And I liked them, and I did, but I started to become curious about what else could I do? What can I do for me? What if I want to be in my own lane? So I started doing experimenting and stuff. And I came up with my own genre, and I said abstract soul singer, because my voice is soulful with anything I sing. I noticed that. So I'm always got this soulful energy about me. So I was like, let me just do abstract soul singer. So then I can just make people think and not put me in this box when they talk to me. When I say I'm a singer, I don't want to be in a box.
So what's what song? What can we get you? Is it on Apple? Is it on
It's on all streaming platforms. My first album I came out with, I was 23. It's called Limitless. Then after that, I did a few singles. So Champion is out there. That's on all streaming platforms. Player Hater is my latest single that came out in 2022. That's on all streaming platforms. And I got some more music coming out too. I updated my equipment in the crib, so I'm about to be cranking them out. Because I just now, when you get older, you get more confident. When I was in my 20s, I was like, let me, and I just like, that's not fun. That just didn't have fun with music at that point. So now I'm older. Now it's fun. This is fun now. I can actually do what I want to do. I can experiment. I can paint the freaking canvas the way I want. And I just want to help other artists get there too. And that's why I feel like I'm an artist activist, because I want other artists to feel comfortable to just be themselves, man. Because the music game's changing anyway. I've seen so much stuff in the music industry in my early 20s from artists that I would watch, and they were so talented, and they would not sign them because they wanted a cliche type artist, or they wanted somebody with more followers. But they will always say that person was the better artist, but they wanted the artist with either more followers or look better, stuff like that. And you're like, huh? I thought this was about talent. So I had a rude awakening at 20 when I was in the office with an artist, and they told this artist he was good as like Nas, he was like a Nas, but they couldn't sign him because he wasn't popular as Nas. He wasn't. So they signed like at the time it was like Soulja Boy was the type of artist they were signing, and no, get nothing against Soulja Boy, but we still need both type of artists.
Yeah.
But they said they couldn't see it because he wasn't that type of rapper they were looking for. But yeah, I mean, it was just that. So that to me was the first time I said, you know what? No.
Yeah. And create your own lane. So you say
Yeah.
the latest hit that you got, I heard you say champion and player hater.
Yeah. So the latest one was Player Hater is the latest one I put out. Player Hater. Um, that one that song I actually produced myself. Like that was the first song I did and recorded by myself. Cause a lot of times in the past I was with somebody in the studio or just I might have recorded vocals at home and sent it and then let them kind of I guess push me the way they want. I think that the Player Hater was like that stamp, that mark of new situation where I was just like a new person, like, okay, this is me now. This is something I did. And actually that song's the most popular, which is weird. Player Hater is one of the most popular in Chocolate Man. Chocolate Man came out a long time ago. I actually produced that one too, but I was in the studio with somebody, but I still was the producer. I'm still the owner of that. I created that beat in my head, basically, like so Chocolate Man and Player Hater are my favorite. And yeah, and I just got some more coming.
I'm gonna check. Anytime a song called Player Hater, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check that out. I'll be listening to that when we get off today, and you're gonna have you a new follower. On what can we follow you on Facebook,
Well,
Instagram, and
yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Siquoyia Blue, and then Instagram, I am Siquoyia Blue, and also Spotify and all of them is Siquoyia Blue too. Now I do have a website, so I do have a website, sequoiablue.com. But if you just streaming, yeah, I'm on Spotify, I'm everywhere. Because I was gonna take my music down at one point, but then I realized, you know what? People need to find it. I'm not gonna take it down. I'm
okay.
gonna keep it.
So tell us. I heard you say you're artist activist and things of that nature. And I was reading where you talk about these things on your podcast. So tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Well, Blue Alchemist podcast, man, that came about. I think you know what? This is a crazy story because the first time I started podcasting, I was 22 years old. I needed a way to release, I guess, some creativity because I didn't have my own studio. And I started on Blog Talk Radio back then. And back then I was Sequoia the Revolutionist. And
Mm-hmm.
my goal was to help indie artists and just motivate people. I was trying to push indie artists because I was kind of irritated the industry. I felt like they were trying to change people too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I started then, but then I got shy and I was like, I got off. I got nervous.
I can actively be shy.
I got nervous. I was like, oh, I started getting attention. I was like, oh. So I went back into a little turtle thing. And I said,
Oh,
let me get off here. So I left Blog Talk. And
that's funny.
and then it kept pulling me. It kept pulling me podcast and kept tugging at me my shirt. And I was like, why I feel like I'm pulled to do this. So fast forward to maybe 5 years ago, I got back into it. So when I moved to LA, well, actually, probably when I was about to leave LA, so probably 2019, 2020, I
Mm-hmm.
started getting back into it again. So I started talking about my life and what I felt like society and culture and things I see and synchronicities and stuff like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, let me just help people. Maybe I can help people with my journey and talk about what's going on. So if I saw a movie, I might talk about the movie and talk about how I felt it had something to do with life and how it can, I'm a movie girl. I love movies and TV shows. So a lot of times I talked about on my podcast to kind of tell you something because I think movies and shows tell you something. And so I was on there. I started doing that, and yeah. So that's my podcast. I really just interview different people, but also I talk a lot by myself too. So you might hear me just talking about what I've experienced, what I'm learning, and how can it help you and inspire you? Because my whole point is to hopefully help somebody avoid what I went through, and
Yeah.
maybe help them challenge their perspective. I should call it because
Mm.
perspective is everything.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying. I'm a movie TV addict myself. I binge watch a lot of stuff. You talking about
Hmm.
somebody that can quote? movies, some classics.
Man.
Even in my conversations, I gotta quote a movie. I'm like on Life, they say, they can tell from the way I walk, I ain't from around here.
Yeah.